Hi, I'm Paul and welcome to Zilla Cabs. As musicians, a lot of us have a curse. There's a sound in our heads that we're trying to get to, but there's a million different voices telling us how to get there. In this series of videos, we're going to look at how our cab and speaker choice affect the sound and if they can help us get one step closer to that perfect tone we have in our heads. In this video in particular, we're going to look at Celestion's Creamback range. But before we kick things off with mid-gain track, I'd like to ask a massive favour. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel and hit the notification icon. We've got loads of cool videos in the plans, but having your support helps us make better and more content for you. Although some of our more discerning viewers will know of the Creambacks from the early to mid-70s, the modern range are quite different. Back in the day, the Creambacks were essentially just greenbacks with a different coloured magnet cover. The story goes that the green pigment in the plastic had become quite scarce, so Celestion had to pick a different colour. Now, the modern Creambacks are still tied to the greenback range, some having similar names. The modern Creambacks are essentially higher powered versions of what were generally lower powered speakers. The M Creamback being a 65 watt version of the 25 watt M Greenback, the H Creamback being a 75 watt version of the 30 watt H's, the 90 watt AlNiCo Cream being a higher powered alternative to the 15 watt Blue and 50 watt Gold, and the Neo Creamback essentially being a replacement for the Century Vintage and Century speakers. Often people will simply refer to a Creamback, but each has its own identity. Now let's hear them all in a slightly heavier, more modern rock setting. So far we've heard all four speakers in a medium and slightly higher gain setting. The reason we do this are the subtle tonal characteristics become a little bit more obvious with a little bit more gain. You've probably noticed the M and Neo Creambacks being the slightly bolder of the four speakers, while the H and AlNiCo Cream are a little bit more mid-range focused. Although there's plenty of crossover between what these four speakers can do, in general the M and Neo Creams tend to be favoured more for rhythm tracks due to their warm, bold sounds, whereas the H and AlNiCo Creams tend to be more favoured for lead work. That said, this does depend what cab they're in. Later we're going to look at the cabs we've chosen for these tracks, but now let's listen to how they sound in a nice clean setting followed by a much heavier track. As always, we can't just look at a speaker without considering the cab it's in. In this case, for our clean and lower gain tracks, we've used our mini modern 1x12 with an open back. Now, you can use any of the Creambacks in our 1x12s, but by using a slightly bolder, warmer sounding speaker like the M Cream or the Neo Cream, we can go a long way to smooth over a slightly reduced low end that you can find in smaller 1x12s and open back cabs. For the heavier tracks, we've used our Super Fatboy with the closed back setting. It just helps keep the low end nice and tight. And for the final track, we've used our oversized 4x12. Now, we all know that at Zilla we love mixing speakers, and I feel to end this video it would be wrong to not go out with a bang. So here's one of my all-time favourite mixers and a favourite combination of a good friend of mine and amp tech to the stars, Simon Merton. Here's the M and H Creamback mix. At the start of this video, we used a track but purposely didn't tell you which speaker we used. We want you to be able to learn to identify certain tonal characteristics each speaker has and tell us in the comments below which speaker you think it is. Before we sign things off, I want to say a massive thanks to the guys that gave us DI tracks for this video. They're Tom Quayle, John Cordy, Joss Allen and David Page. For all the technical specs on the speakers and cabs, please see the description below or check out my blog on the website. And until next time, stay cool, hang tough and riff hard.